Hello everyone, my name is Sun Jisheng, coming from China Foreign Affairs University. Welcome to our course on Understanding Contemporary China. Today we are going to start our series of lectures on building a community with a shared future for humanity. In this lecture, we'll focus on the fourth goal of this vision, to build a world that is more open and inclusive. The diversity of civilizations is the basic feature of human society. Exchanges and mutual learning drive human progress and world peace. Diversity spurs interaction among civilizations, which leads to further development. However, in today's world, unilateralism, protectionism, cultural divides, and ideological conflicts persist, hindering the exchanges and mutual learning between different cultures and civilizations. Promoting exchanges and mutual learning among different countries and cultures around the world is of great significance today. Then, how to move forward? First and foremost, to build an open and inclusive world, we need to break down geographical, institutional, and cultural barriers and follow the trend of the times and better solve development challenges. Different civilizations spark wisdom through communication and exchanges, and all countries can better share development dividends through cooperation. In this regard, China emphasizes mutual respect, equality, appreciation of diverse civilizations, openness, inclusiveness, and innovation for shared progress. To ensure the prosperity of civilizations and the advancement of humanity, human beings need to seek common ground while setting aside differences, uphold openness and inclusiveness, and facilitate exchanges and mutual learning between different cultures and civilizations. China has made tremendous efforts to turn these ideas into reality. To promote cultural exchanges, mutual learning, and common development among Asian nations through dialogue and cooperation, China held the Conference on Dialogue of Asian Civilizations. And this conference has become an important platform for Asian cultural interaction since its inception. To foster political consensus, the conference has issued documents such as the Declaration on Promoting Mutual Learning among Asian Civilizations, urging respect for cultural diversity and equal dialogue. It has promoted transnational cultural heritage conservation projects, such as the restoration of maritime Silk Road relics, digitization of cultural artifacts. It also created cultural tourism routes, such as the Ancient Civilization Tour, etc., to promote mutual understanding between different cultures and civilizations. Angkor Wat in Siem Reap Province, Cambodia, is an important ancient site of Cambodia. In 1992, the World Heritage Committee of UNESCO inscribed the Angkor Archaeological Park on the World Heritage List. It was also placed on the list of World Heritage in Danger. The following year, the Royal Government of Cambodia and UNESCO jointly launched the International Action for the Protection of Angkor Monuments. In the preservation of Angkor Wat, China has transitioned from one of the earliest active advocates and important responders into a friendly cooperator and outstanding contributor. Since 1998, the Chinese team for the Conservation of Angkor Monuments in Cambodia, formed by the Chinese Academy of Cultural Heritage, has successfully restored the Chosei Pagoda and Takyu Temple. Through these restoration efforts, Chinese experts aiding Cambodia have gradually revealed the splendid civilization of the Angkor monuments in their past glory, and also collected precious research materials. A local worker said that he had been involved in the China-assisted Angkor Monuments restoration project for more than 20 years and had collaborated with work teams from many countries. He was deeply impressed by the professionalism of the Chinese experts aiding Cambodia. What's more, over the years, China has trained a large number of skilled workers in site restoration for Cambodia. In 2004, the Angkor Archaeological Park was removed from the list of World Heritage in danger. The international protection action for the Angkor monuments continues. For decades, Chinese experts aiding Cambodia have been guarding the Angkor monuments day in and day out, a vivid practice of the continuous deepening of cultural and people-to-people exchanges and cooperation between China and Cambodia. Cultural heritage is a common treasure of all mankind. The international action for the protection of Angkor has been rated by UNESCO as a model of international cooperation in heritage protection. Through cooperation with UNESCO on the Asia-Pacific Heritage Conservation Project, China has restored the Chosei Pagoda in Angkor, Cambodia, and rebuilt the old city of Kathmandu, Nepal, deepening international cooperation through cultural heritage preservation. Safeguarding world cultural heritage holds special significance for building a community of shared future for humanity. Only through equal and sincere cooperation can different countries, with their diverse beliefs and cultures, enhance mutual understanding and trust. Only through exchanges, mutual learning, inclusiveness, and integration among different cultures can cultures of different countries be infused with lasting vitality. In Africa, China has deepened its people-to-people exchanges and development partnership through a series of practical cooperation projects. In vocational education, a total of 10 Luban workshops have been established, covering specialties such as mechanical, manufacturing, information technology, and new energy. These workshops provide localized skills training for African young people, boosting local industrial upgrading and creating more employment opportunities. Luban Workshop in Djibouti, the first Luban workshop set up by China in Africa, is a typical example. It was jointly established by Tianjin Railway Technical and Vocational College, Tianjin No. 1 Commercial School, Djibouti Institute of Commerce and Industry, China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation, and other institutions, and officially started operation in 2019. In its first phase, it offered 4 majors, namely railway operation management, railway engineering technology, commerce, and logistics. The workshop provides training for personnel at various levels, from undergraduates and postgraduates to enterprise customized training and short-term social training, cultivating a large number of local African vocational and technical talents. At the inauguration ceremony of the Djibouti Luban Workshop in March 2019, Djiboutian President Ismail Omain Goulet said that the young people of Djibouti would be very happy in the future because of the Luban workshop, and the Luban workshop was the best gift China had given to Djibouti. The 752.7 kilometer Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway is the longest transnational electrified railway on the African continent, and the first transnational electrified railway built by Chinese enterprises in Africa. The railway was in urgent need of a large number of professionals in railway technology. Thanks to the Djibouti Luban workshop, more local railway professionals would be trained and could operate and maintain the railway. A boy named Osman, one of the first 24 students of the Luban workshop, said, "I really want to work on the Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway, and this is the dream of all Luban workshop students." Similar Luban workshops have been established in Ethiopia, Kenya, Madagascar, Nigeria, etc. Let's look at some other key figures. Up to November 2024, 24 Luban workshops have been established in 23 countries across Asia, Africa, and Europe. They offer 60 majors in 14 categories, cumulatively carry out academic education for 22,000 person times, and provide training for 35,000 person times. Among them, 16 professional standards have been certified by the government departments of the cooperating countries. Behind these figures lies the fact that countless young students have gained the opportunity to change their life. Numerous enterprises have received support from professional talents. The vocational education level and economy of various countries have achieved steady improvement and growth. The Luban workshop has become an effective platform for China's high-quality vocational education to go global, and also a new model for China to continuously explore and innovate international cooperation and exchanges. In talent development, China annually offers 50,000 government scholarships and 50,000 training slots to Africa, covering fields such as engineering technology, public health, and the digital economy. Meanwhile, under the African Youth Exchange Program, China invites 2,000 African youth to visit China each year. Through study tours, cultural experiences, and innovation competitions, the program has greatly enhanced mutual understanding and friendship among young people of China and African countries. Around the world, China has also promoted the building of an open and inclusive world through diverse forms of people-to-people diplomacy, city diplomacy, and public diplomacy, jointly organizing bilateral and multilateral cultural exchange activities, such as cultural and tourism years and international art festivals with multiple countries. In the realm of people-to-people diplomacy, China has established sister city relationships with more than 150 countries and regions through friendship associations, civil organizations, and non-governmental institutions to facilitate direct dialogue between Chinese and foreign communities, art groups, and academic institutions. Through exchanges such as folk handicraft exhibitions and family exchange experiences, these efforts have helped to break down cultural barriers and cultivated mutual understanding and trust among citizens. In city diplomacy, China uses key cities along the Belt and Road as pivots to create platforms such as the Silk Road International League of Theaters and the World Historical and Cultural Cities Expo. As of 2024, China has held culture and tourism years with 46 countries. The China-Russia Years of Culture attracted over 1 million reciprocal tourists. In public diplomacy, through Happy Chinese New Year Global Tour, people in other countries can enjoy dragon and lion dances, intangible cultural heritage fairs, and other events together with Chinese people, with online live broadcasts exceeding 5 billion views in 2024. Additionally, China actively hosts bilateral and multilateral cultural events. For 12 consecutive years, China has organized the China-ASEAN Expo cultural exhibition, which has further boosted ASEAN handicraft exports and deepened cultural and trade exchanges between the two sides. China established the Silk Road International Film Festival, featuring several thousand Chinese and foreign films, and facilitating 120 international co-production projects. These practices have transcended ideological differences, integrated virtual and real cultural exchanges, and interconnected ancient and modern civilizational mutual learning. Promoting the building of an open and inclusive world is by no means just a slogan, but a key proposition influencing the future development of humanity. In today's era, as waves of anti-globalization occasionally emerge and geopolitical conflicts bring various uncertainties, we need openness and inclusiveness more than ever before. Openness and inclusiveness mean that we must dismantle the walls in our minds and systems, embrace different civilizations with an open mind, and spark wisdom through exchanges and mutual learning. At its core, constructing an open and inclusive world advocates a new concept of global cooperation, resolving differences through equal dialogue and replacing zero-sum games with pragmatic collaboration. This is not only a shared responsibility of the international community, but also a fundamental path to creating a better future for future generations. This is why China has proposed the Global Civilization Initiative and jointly advocates respect for the diversity of civilizations, the common values of humanity, the importance of inheritance and innovation of civilizations, and the robust international people-to-people exchanges and cooperation. Through such efforts, we can lay a solid foundation for the sustainable development of human civilization and better build an open and inclusive world.